Hello and welcome into this week's edition of The Pole Position right here on Racing News Now. As always, I'm your host Garth Allen. Thank you once again for joining me today. If this is your first time catching a Racing News Now video, consider going down below and hitting that subscribe button and ringing the bell for notifications so you don't miss a thing going forward from Racing News Now. This is a channel where we discuss lots of motorsports, namely NASCAR, ARCA, IndyCar, and Formula One. And on today's edition of The Pole Position, we have 3 NASCAR races to recap for you. A truck race from the dirt at Eldora, Xfinity and Cup from New Hampshire, and Formula One from Germany at Hockenheim. So let's get right into it. And we'll start off with the first race of the week. That was the trucks at Eldora. That was Wednesday night at the half-mile dirt track in Rossburg, Ohio, Eldora Speedway. We went 3 laps into overtime in this one, 153 laps total, and Chase Briscoe picks up his second straight Truck Series victory. He has not been running in the Truck Series this season, won the season finale last year in Homestead, and this is his first race of 2018, so technically that is 2 races in a row for Chase Briscoe. Beat out his teammate Grant Enfinger in exciting style, coming right down to the line, beating and banging. Stuart Friesen, the dirt track expert, comes home in the 3rd position. Matt Crafton, last year's Dirt Derby winner, comes home in the 4th position. Brett Moffitt rounds out the top 5. Rest of your top 10, Noah Gragson, John Hunter Nemechek, Logan Seavey in 8th in that 51 car for Kyle Busch Motorsports. Justin Haley and Nick Hoffman in the 83 truck rounds out the top 10. Alright, so we'll move on now to Loudon, New Hampshire. We had 2 races there this weekend. First one was the Xfinity Series, the 29th annual Lakes Region 200 at the 1 mile New Hampshire Motor Speedway, 200 laps. Christopher Bell picks up his second straight Xfinity Series victory, beating out Brad Keselowski this week. Ryan Preece, the hometown favorite, comes home in the 3rd position with John Hunter Nemechek and Matt Tifft rounding out the top 5. Rest of your top 10 were Brandon Jones, Justin Allgaier, Elliott Sadler, Cole Custer, and Austin Dillon. And the other race for the weekend from New Hampshire, that was the Monster Energy NASCAR Cup Series with the 26th annual Foxwoods Resort Casino 301 laps around the New Hampshire Motor Speedway. Kevin Harvick picks up win number 6 on the season, his 43rd career Cup Series victory, beating out Kyle Busch with a bump and run with 7 laps to go. Eric Almirola comes home in the 3rd position. Martin Truex Jr., Stage 1 winner in 4th, and Stage 2 winner Chase Elliott rounds out the top 5. Rest of your top 10 are Ryan Newman, Ryan Blaney, Kurt Busch, Joey Logano, and Jimmy Johnson with a top 10 finish this week in 10th. Alright, so that wraps up your NASCAR stuff for the week. If you want more in-depth recaps of any of that, you'll want to go back and check out our Rewind shows for all 3 of those races. It's where we break them down more in-depth, race highlights, race results, post-race media center thoughts from the top finishers, and the playoff grid following the race. So if you want something more in-depth on any of those races, go back and check out the Rewind shows. They are linked down below in the description. There was also supposed to be an ARCA race this weekend from Berlin, Michigan, Saturday night. But unfortunately, that got rained out and has been pushed to August 25th. So we have no ARCA to talk about this week, even though we were supposed to. So we'll wrap up tonight with Formula One, the German Grand Prix from Hockenheim Ring. Lewis Hamilton picks up yet another victory with his Mercedes teammate Valtteri Bottas coming home in the 2nd position. Kimi Räikkönen takes the 3rd position and final spot on the podium. Max Verstappen in 4th, and Nico Hülkenberg rounds out the top 5. Rest of your top 10 points-paying drivers were Romain Grosjean, Sergio Perez, Esteban Ocon, Marcus Ericsson, and Brendan Hartley. Now, there's 2 names actually, that we didn't see up there at the top that we usually see. Those being Sebastian Vettel, who finished 18th after he crashed out from the lead on lap 51, and Daniel Ricciardo also DNFing in this race. He finished 20th, completing only 27 laps. Alright, so we have now covered everything from the series that we cover that happened this week. So that will do it for us tonight on Pole Position. We've got lots coming up for you this next weekend, including ARCA from Pocono on Friday, Trucks from Pocono on Saturday, Xfinity from Iowa on Saturday, Cup from Pocono on Sunday, IndyCar from Mid-Ohio on Sunday, and F1 from Hungary on Sunday as well. All of that will be on pole position next Monday, as well as rewind shows for the NASCAR and ARCA stuff. They may not be as timely next weekend as they usually are, as I will be in the process of moving next weekend. So I'm going to try to get things out in as timely of a manner as possible, but it might not be as timely as it usually is, but I will get everything out as quickly as I possibly can. So, that'll do it for us tonight on the pole position. If you haven't done it already, hit that subscribe button and ring the bell for notifications so you don't miss any of that going forward. And hit that big thumbs up button if you like the video. It is much appreciated when you do. So with that, this has been the pole position where you always start on the front row. I'm Garth Allen for Racing News Now.